Yeah, so I'm just streaming a black screen, basically, to just talk over it. Also, I had my stream on, so heard myself for a second there. Um, this isn't really like an easy video to make, and I already basically talked to this at length before, but I basically need to stop streaming every day. I can't keep up with it anymore. Um, yeah, there's just like no way I can keep streaming every day. There's just no way. It was a good run. I streamed every day for maybe like I don't know, a month, month and a half, almost 2 months, maybe I think. And I was really enjoying it at first. It was a really good like social outlet, but yeah, I don't know. Over time, it feels like it's become more of. It's almost like it's a form of like a self-constructed prison of some sort. Um, it's like basically I've constricted myself to like this is my routine and I have to follow it, and even if my body or my mind or whatever is telling me that I shouldn't stream, I have to stream type deal. And it's I don't know. It doesn't feel healthy. Um, Also, like last night when I streamed, I know it ended up being a black screen, but even if it wasn't a black screen, it was like when I turned on the stream, then it was like I felt like I really shouldn't be streaming then, and even then, it was like after an hour, I was so tired that like I couldn't even bring myself to read dialogue anymore because it was like just the thought of opening another text box to read was like too much for me to handle. I was that tired. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of put out an update that I'm not going to be streaming today, obviously, and probably like not tomorrow either because I'm planning on running tomorrow and getting groceries. For whatever reason, I've picked Tuesday as a day to do that. Um, and I might start not streaming during the week itself, like during weekdays. I don't. I still have to work out exactly what it is I'm gonna do. It's just I kind of need to have the evenings to myself. It feels like um, it might not kind of seem like it when I'm streaming, but I am an introvert. So like socializing even in a digital capacity or like speaking a lot, uh, it like takes a lot out of me, and I feel like by having my evenings occupied every single night, it's basically disallowed me from like. There's a way that introverts describe it, and it's like a social battery, basically, and it gets drained very, very quickly as an introvert. And I thought being able to, like, when I first started out, it felt fine because I was actually like I was highly desiring social interaction because I was isolated quite a bit. Um, but like as the days continued to pile on, it I feel like I should have like music on in the background or something. I don't know what a good like non-copyright track would be, but it's whatever. Um, it felt like each progressive day, at least over the past like couple of weeks, every time I went to go and hit that start stream button, it got progressively harder and harder to like think of a reason or like find the motivation to like talk at the start of the stream. It just got more and more difficult until yesterday it was like I felt like I just wanted to like sit there for like a minute and just like not say anything because it was just like I don't know. I guess my like social battery or whatever was completely drained. Um, Whereas like when you have extroverts they actually like charge their battery by talking to people. So they basically have like a superpower of socialization. So yeah, I don't know. It feels like I need to like just open up my evenings again and like keep them to myself for the most part so that I can kind of recharge again because I felt like when I was streaming in the evening, it might have been possible for me to like maybe just recharge during the morning and then during the day, and then like be fresh again for the next evening. But it's like it just I've tried it out and it just doesn't work for me. It's just not possible, which is kind of a letdown because I feel like it's kind of good as a streamer to have that consistent schedule. But I said this also way back during one of the early parts of the Final Fantasy playthrough where it's like I used to do YouTube stuff, like YouTube recordings, and it's a great format for me because I can go into that sort of talkative mode, record something, and then put it up online, and then that's it. I'm done. I can just like go do something else. Whereas with streaming, it's like streaming is a lot more demanding. It feels a lot more like a hamster wheel or something, and you have to like keep on jumping on that hamster wheel and like running on it day after day. Otherwise, like you basically just fall off, as it were. And like people will just forget about you, and you can't grow your channel that way. Whereas on YouTube, for instance, I've now got like I think there's like 47 or 48 parts of Final Fantasy uploaded, and they're not super popular or anything, but if anyone is ever interested in watching a playthrough over the next, like literally 10 years or something, there's a chance they might find this playthrough, and if it appeals to them, then it's a piece of content that they can watch, and I don't have to put in any effort at all in order to maintain that. So it just feels like that's a more effective medium overall. It just feels more natural to me for that. I'm not saying I'm going to go back to YouTube. I'm just saying when it comes to streaming, I think I've basically discovered that it's like I'm really not that cut out for it. I'm not saying I'm quitting streaming either, by the way. Don't get that interpretation. I'm not quitting fully. At least I don't think so. um, but it's not my strength. I don't think it. It's a very different content medium from creating content on YouTube. And while a ton of people have adapted to it over the past like decade or so, and it's really natural for them, it's something I have never been able to really adapt to that well. So yeah. Anyways, the plan, at least for the time being, I think, is that I'm going to cut the streams from weekdays, and I might look to just doing them on weekends. And I'm not sure if I might look to do like full day streams potentially on one weekend day, like maybe a Saturday or a Sunday. It's something I'm considering, or maybe just on evenings during the weekends. That might also be another thing I end up doing. Um, Outside of that, there is I don't really go on Twitter. There's a Discord, which I'll probably be jumping into. I don't think a ton of people. I know Chthonic is in there. Chthonic has been my basically ride or die viewer since the first time I streamed. I don't think there's no one else in there, but if anyone else watches this and they're like, "Oh, where the heck is Vibe?" I want to talk to them. Like, I'll probably jump onto my Discord channel once in a while and just like post some random stuff there. And also, like, I might stream randomly on weekdays. It's just it won't actually be like it won't be a structured schedule. It'll just be like a bonus stream basically. If I do happen to stream on a weekday, if I feel like I have the energy and it's something that makes me happy. Um, Other than that, I don't know. I don't really have anything much constructive to say. I might like ramble a little bit about my feelings and thoughts on it, I guess. Um, it just feels like it was something that was making me really genuinely happy when I started streaming and recording Final Fantasy, because it was a brand new game and I was like enjoying exploring the new content and all that stuff, and I still am. Uh, I'm actually kind of like I'm kind of sad that it's like we're at the end game right now, and it's like now I'm like literally basically breaking down right when we're getting into sort of the quote unquote. I guess it's not end game content, but I guess you kind of know what I mean. It's like the more interesting content, like the 8-man stuff. Um, but it's like it feels like I wanted to stream it today, but it's like I also like I know that I need to get a ton of sleep for tomorrow, because tomorrow like is traditionally one of my most demanding days where I like go for a long run, like get my groceries, and I have a full work day, and then I'm like done the work day. I usually cook myself a decent meal to like recover from it. That also takes effort though, and time, and it's just usually I need a ton of sleep to go through that day, and then I also need to go to sleep early on that day because I need to be able to rest and recover to like get full muscle recovery as well. So like I can't really cut into my resting time either. So it's like that full day it's foobarred. Like I can't, if I try to stream on a day like that, not only is the content going to be complete trash because I'm going to have no energy to put any enthusiasm into it or any of my interactions with anybody, but like I'm not going to be like I'm not going to have the time or the focus or the energy to make it a good piece of content. So it's like, why am I pushing myself to just create a piece of trash when I know deep down that it's like I shouldn't be doing it, right? It just doesn't make sense. So there's that. I feel like I was on a different train of thought before I went off on that one, and it kind of like moved over. Oh yeah, it was about like doing things that make you happy. And I was talking a little bit about how I'm still interested in the content, and I'm like, I want to go do like hard mode Ifrit, for example. That sounds super fun. Um, but also, a part of me, I think, has just been playing so much Final Fantasy lately that it's like, even though I am genuinely curious about that content, a part of me is also genuinely burned out. It's sort of like a 50-50. And so I feel like maybe if I make it more of like if I play less of it, then maybe it will feel more like sort of like a special event or something, like on the weekends or whatever, and I'll be like even more excited to like play it then. So that should probably work out a little bit better, I think. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's basically everything. I'm sure there's like some other thoughts. I've thought about it quite a bit over the past little while. Um, but I think that's just about everything that I wanted to get out there. Uh, I have tea here. I want to drink also. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like opening up my evenings again would be really nice. Um, it's kind of crazy when you think about it because like even like a 2 hour stream, like a 2 hour stream is not long for a stream, at least in my opinion. Like it's almost like it feels like you're almost not even streaming if you stream for 2 hours. It feels like unless you're streaming for like 4 hours, you're not really having like a decently long stream. It's weird. I the number I set for myself when I first started was 2 hours, and I'm just looking back at my recordings now, and like most of them, for at least the first like week and a half, I kind of stuck to that and kept it to like 2 hours each. But as time went on, they got longer and longer, um, until eventually it looks like they were averaging like maybe 3 hours. I went back to 2 hours for a little while, and now it's gone to like sometimes it's sub 2 hours. Like I had a couple of 1 hour streams. Actually, I had several 1 hour streams in the past week because it's just I'm just burned out of streaming. I really wish it was something I could do that was like I don't know. I wish it was something that gave me energy rather than something that sapped energy because I do like making the content, but it's just not to be. It's just not how it is. But at the same time too, like I do want to kind of maintain the social connection and keep trying to create some content and like find people to hang out with. So uh yeah, I'm probably not going to stop streaming because I like hanging out with people. Even that longer stream, the last one, where A Realm Reborn got wrapped up, that was a really fun stream. I like that one. Even though like it was terrible for me, I ended up only getting like 3 hours of sleep, and I think the impact of only getting 3 hours of sleep on that night, like I still felt that even today. Like it, like throwing off your sleep cycle, at least when you turn into an ancient gamer like me, it's it's really bad. Like it takes a long time actually to get yourself back into a good rhythm if you throw it off. And so like that's another reason too to not have the streams in the evening is like it feels like sometimes the game will just throw something at you where like it feels like you can't put the game down because it's just a terrible place to end. But if you're doing it in the evening, you run the risk of having one of those instances come up when it's like, okay, this was the time I said I wanted to go to sleep by, and it's like, okay, well now I can't because the game is like I'm at a point where it's a really bad point to stop, so I gotta keep going, or at least that's what it feels like, right? It's the same thing too with conversations too. Like I think part of that longer stream was uh, two viewers were there and we were like talking a whole bunch, and I loved the conversation. It was fantastic. Like I had it was probably one of my favorite streams out of all the streams I've done out of like all 50 of them or whatever it is. Um, and it's fantastic. It's not that I'm trying to avoid. It's I need to be able to have that kind of a conversation on a time frame that doesn't conflict with me going to sleep. It needs to be moved somewhere else. Um, and another thing with the time constraints too is like even right now, it's like I'm sitting here and I've got like a million hard mode dungeons ready to go. I've got my warrior. Like I feel great playing the warrior. It feels really good. It's really fun. Um, love the class, love the game, love tanking, but it's again, there's like this weird like time constraint, right? Where it's like, okay, well, if I'm going to stream tonight, I'm going to stream for like maybe 2 hours, and then that's it. And it's like, I don't want to stream just 2 hours. Like when I get into this content, I want to go spend, I want to do like another 15-hour stream or something, and like look at all the hard mode stuff in one day and not feel rushed. That I think that's the main thing. I don't want to feel rushed when I'm doing it. I want to take my time and like enjoy the content and have a good time with it and not feel like I'm under some sort of this like weird artificial time constraint that's telling me like you don't have enough time to do this or enjoy this, and oh, if you screw this up, then I guess that's it, and then you're just gonna feel bad, and you're gonna have to like leave for the night and like leave on a low note or something. Like I don't want that to be my approach to the game. I feel like that's just gonna ruin it for me. So I don't know. I think weekends would be best. Anyways, I think that's everything. I think I've actually covered just about all of the things then, with that being said. I probably could. Back in the old days, I might have written down a script for this, but I just kind of went off the top of my head right now. And I think that basically covered everything that I wanted to cover. So yeah, we'll look at weekends. We'll look at maybe bonus streams during the week. I think we might get some random Sonic Robo Kart streams in there. Although, as I've said before, I feel like that game is also like I need high energy for that. I need like a full night's sleep and then wake up and then like play it first thing in the morning while I have like peak focus and energy, because I don't know, that game is very, very difficult. At least to me. Anyways, this was not really an easy video to make. It's not one I wanted to make either. Slash stream. I think I'm going to upload this to the YouTube channel too, though, because I think it's kind of important as something to be able to like look back at and just like look at what I've done stream wise and like see where I started and then like where I ended up by this day. It's I think this is day 49 actually. Yeah, it's too bad it's not day 50. I could, well, no, I don't want to say I'm going to stream tomorrow because I literally just said I'm not going to stream tomorrow. But we got 49 days in. Actually, another thing. Oh no, actually we got more in because I just realized those were for. I think this is actually day 51 because there were 2 days where I did Sonic Robo Kart, so. This is either video 51 or 50, I think. So yeah, we made it to 50 days, I guess. But yeah, I'm really bad at ending videos too. But yeah, this wasn't one that I wanted to make. It wasn't easy to make it, but I had to do it. I have to break down this artificial prison I've created for myself in this routine. Routines can be really good. They can be really productive. But you gotta let the ones go that don't work out for you. You gotta make the adjustments. So we'll try and make this one a little bit more sustainable, and yeah, we'll keep the good times rolling, I guess. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. That's everything I wanted to cover. So I don't know if anyone is even here right now at the stream because this is extremely now early. This didn't used to be early. This used to be my normal starting time at 6 p.m. EST, but eventually it just got to the point where it was so hard to keep up with it that I couldn't really start as early until eventually I started starting at like 8 or 9 p.m. It was just no good. It felt awful. So, anyways. But yeah, thanks for anyone, I guess it's either lurking, or thanks for anyone that checks this out on the YouTube channel. And I'll be back. I don't know when exactly. Maybe on the weekend. That's what we're looking at. my Discord. I'll leave links to my social media in the description. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys when I see you. But until then, have a great night or a great day, great afternoon, wherever it is that you are, depending on what time it is or when you're watching this. Could be any time, I suppose. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.